Masechta Sanhedrin, Daf Lamed Hey Amud Aleph. We're starting from 10 lines from the top. The words starting with Dinim Amanis. In the Mishnah we had learned Dinim Amanis. You have to finish, the psak has to be finished by day. Whether it's for Schus or Chayva. When it comes to Dinim Nefashes, if it's Lechayva, Dav Zayin Lina. It has to be overnight. You can't paskin. If it's Lechayva, you got to wait overnight. Zom Zay Sich Batrachten. Let them go chew over the Svaras. And we should try to find a way to quit him. Shafta B'tzila, that we have to work on B'tzila. In fact, we might have an milim from where we know that by the nefashes you cannot finish in the same day the psak. If it's lechayva, if it's to accuse him and not just accuse him, to execute him. So I mean, Rabbi Chanina said, I'll tell you from where we have a raya that you cannot do it that same day. It says in the pasuk, Mileisi mishpat, I filled with judgment, tzedek yolan. But tzedek, righteousness, should be overnight. But now, meratzchim is a retzicha, meaning somebody, the Navi is misleinan. The Navi, hat sich geklagt, was crying over that in the past. In Yerushalayim, mishpat was done right. It was full of mishpat. And if they wanted to be chayv somebody misa, they waited overnight. But he says that today, that they don't wait overnight. He says that mamish it's like rotzchim, because you have to stay overnight, and you're not supposed to do it till the next day. For those that are doing it right in the same day, the mamish like rotzchim.
Where is that pasuk?
This is Yeshayo. But Rava says we can learn it from this pasuk. It says Asher praised chametz. Chametz. What does chametz mean? So he says, Ashu, Dayan Shemechametz says Dinai. Mechametz Dinai means that he delays. No, that means that he delays it. Just like by Chametz. It takes time till it rises, till it becomes Chametz. So too, this Dayan is waiting his time. He's delaying it for the next day. That's how we know it shouldn't be on the same day. What about the Rabbi Chanina, who learned out from the Pasik, Melesi Mishpat? So what does he do with this second Pasik? Ashu Chametz. What does he need this pasuk? He says, "V'lo yichaymetz." It's coming to tell us that if there was a mal with that leiva, the mal says to the leiva, "Pay up, I want my money back for the lava." And the leiva has to say, "I agree, I owe you money, but you have my mashkin. Give me back my mashkin." Okay. So how does Bezdin work first? First they say, "Listen, you leiva pay back the malva." That's number one. And then we'll deal now with the malva. The malva should give you back the mashkin.
Why can't you right away?
You could, but he says you both have kindness. Let's deal one at a time. Who's the first one? The labor gives them. Well, he tells us this is the way, so we got to do it that way.
Pay up, and then we'll worry about the mashkin.
Now we'll worry. We'll be down with the mashkin as well. They said, but the first thing is the labor pays up. Oh, then we'll deal with it. We'll get there. Zog the Yomara. Now, in fact, the Yomara v'idach. So now, the one that learns out from Ashrei Chomoitz, what does he do with the pasuk Malesi Mishpat? What does he do with it? So he dashens like Rabbi Lezer, who said the name of Rabbi Yitzchak. Kol taina shemelin bay etz hatzdaka. They used to have a fast, as they state. And nach dem fast, they distributed tzedakah to the aniyim. So what does this guy do? The guy holds it back. He doesn't give it till the next day. So somebody right away it says Shema Akvin ba es chaluk tzedakah la'aniyim b'layla, which is after the tinus. He waits till the morning. So kilo shevich damitz, as if he's killing people. Shenem melezi mishvat tzedek yolam ba be'atam and atzchim. You're going overnight. That you're supposed to really that night supposed to give out, distribute the money to the aniyim. So you're meratzchim, you're meratzchim. Okay. When do we say that it has to be distributed the night right after the fast? In a place where they would distribute to the anim at the end of the tinus, dates, figs, things that are ready to eat right away. So in such a case, so they were waiting. The anim knew this is what's supposed to be served. Give us the food. We were banking on this food. But what's if it was money that they had to distribute, or wheat or barley? That's something that you have to anyway to make it for food. So they knew they're not banking on food for after the fast for this, that you have to wait to process it. So less lamot, then there's no Issa. They didn't have to distribute that night. Even if they did it next morning, they're not over. They're not over. Yeah. So, in the Mishnah we learn And therefore, we don't judge din nefesh is not bad of Shabbos, not bad of Yom Tov. Why? So we're going to now explain. My time. What's talking the reason why we can't judge on Erev Shabbos? Mishum L'Yavsha. It's impossible to do so, to find a time to do the Gemar Din. Look, hey Chilavet, how are we going to do it? Let's understand. L'Dainu b'Mayla Shabbata. We're going to start judging the case on Erev Shabbos. And we'll be going with the din also on Erev Shabbos, right? He says that's impossible. Maybe they'll come to a majority to be mechayiv him, to convict him. Then you have to do overnight. You can't pass it. If they came with the conclusion that they have to convict, they have to go overnight to Ibakayan, hopefully to find a way to be Mazakim.
The right way.
The right way. So you're going to wait till tomorrow. So L'Dainu b'Mayla Shabbata, v'Ligmei b'Shabbata, v'Ligmei b'Shabbata, says Yimana. Okay, no problem. Let it go overnight. And paskin the din on Shabbos and kill him on Shabbos. Oh, says the Yimana. You can't kill him on Shabbos. Ain't it Shabbos? You're not like kill somebody on Shabbos. That's
they don't put him on waiting on death row.
They put it on death, but death row is a problem also. We're going to talk about them in a second. So he says, "Harikas Odom Hayidei Bezdin is Chilo Shabbos Daraisa," and the Gemara is going to prove it later. Okay.
It's like
Yeah, it is. He caught him killing, but it was all it. Maybe they'll kill him Mitzvah Shabbos. He says, no, Mitzvah Shabbos he can't, because it says, but you have to hang him, you have to hang a Neged Hashemish Be'inan. It has to be in the sun. By night, there's no sun. Yeah, it's only the moon. You got to kill him with the moon, no shine. No, I'm saying you have to kill him with the sun, against the sun.
On dawn, right? That's where they wait for dawn to kill everybody?
Yeah, so the Chayiv Nisis Bezdin Dafka B'Yayim. So it says like you should hang him towards Hashem. Like Hashem should hang the corresponding to the sun and against the sun. Says oh, let's do like this. Let's be given the din Shabbos, and we're gonna. If it comes out to conviction of Shabbos, there'll be Linus
When he says
Halayla.
Shabbos, he means Friday night?
No,
The Shabbos day.
he says Bis Shabbos, Shabbos day.
So you need Linus Halayla.
They'll be given the din on Shabbos, and they'll kill him on Sunday. Says
When they can have time to show him.
Right after they convict him, now it's time to eat shalom. Have a good Shabbos. Tomorrow we're going to kill him. Okay, says the Gemara. Yeah, we should be full. He should be full also. We should be full.
The guys on death row, they give him a meal. They ask him what
Oh, so he's getting the Shabbos meal, the Shabbos meal. Nimsa Tomanas Dina says, Gemara, that's no good. Because once you delay a psak din to a next day, that's called inadin. You're torturing the person. You know, the person wants to get it over with. Finish.
Finish.
Yeah, he doesn't want to wait.
Yeah, there's two guys that he gave commuted their sentence. They said they don't want commuted their sentence. They want to
That's inadin. Yeah, I like there was a lot of people tying on keg in the bezdin. Why are you delaying for the psak? You gave a psak. You know, you already know what it is. Let's go, give it. Why are you torturing and pushing? Yeah, that's called inadin. Says you want to let them be done on Erev Shabbos, and if they'll see a tam lachayva, let it go overnight, and they'll finish the din on Sunday, meaning they'll let it go 2 days. Erev Shabbos, let it go to Shabbos to Sunday, and Sunday will be going with the din, and because then it's not inu adin, because you're finishing the din on Sunday. Says the Gemara.
Where's the Linus Adin?
Huh? Linus Adin is on Shabbos, also till Sunday. You'll make
They didn't come to Gemara,
right. So he says, "Ya Linus Din, you'll finish the din on Sunday." So he says, "Gamza, this is also impossible. Why? Because 2 days to pass from when you started the din, when you sort of finished the din, min shutamayu. The Dayanim are going to forget the reasoning that they came up with." Why they said he should be exonerated, why he should be convicted.
And also sad for him also, no?
No, because it's not yet a Gemar Din. So the Gemar Din will be on Sunday. So I said, what do you mean they're going to forget? We said we had two Seifim standing there. One was writing all those that said he should be exonerated, and one was writing all those that said he should be convicted.
The reasoning, right?
The reasoning, so it's there. Says even though they wrote over what they said, but the Liba, the inchi. He says what in the person's heart, the person doesn't articulate. The person just says the reason, the conclusion he came to a reason. But he had a whole bunch of shilas. Maybe we should say this way, maybe that way. All those shilas that he had in and back and forth within himself, he didn't tell that to the Sefer. He told the Sefer the reason why I think he should be exonerated is this. But in him he had a lot of shilas. Maybe he should be convicted to have good to the svaris. And he has to go back in his mind why he slugged up their svaris and how he came to his conclusion. That's not written by the Sefer. Therefore, it's not possible just to rely on what the Sefer writes. So therefore, we can't push it off 2 days because he might forget all the back and forth that he had in his mind.
He remembers all the times back and forth.
Yeah, because he slept over thinking about it. But once another day goes by, like Tanya, one night you'll still remember. The next night, Tanya Balpeh, 2 nights go by, it's a short night. The whole Tanya is all new again. Amalei, they slugs the Abiyach. They slugs said to Abiyach to take for this mace mitzvah. Let him be considered as a mace mitzvah because they'll kill him, right? They'll kill him on Erev Shabbos. I'm sorry, they'll kill him on.
No, can't kill him Shabbos.
No, they'll kill him when take for this mace mitzvah. So when will they kill him?
Look, what's it on Shabbos?
On Shabbos. The problem is we said that his
can't kill
Mechal
on
Shabbos.
Shabbos.
You can't kill on Shabbos.
That was it. It's a mace mitzvah. No.
No, I mean, that's only after you kill him. You're going to kill him to make him a mace mitzvah. It's a Shabbos.
Take a Kvuras mace, with Shabbos, he says. That's what you're saying, no?
Oh, he's saying, Diyun zeh muvakam epnei shebehemshech yatin ha'shayla. If the Harigas Amshe is Chaim Mrs. President Doich, we're going on the Gedaink with the Shita that killing a person is Mrs. President is Doichas HaShabbos. Yeah, but now you're going to tell me how you're going to bury him. So we'll say it's Meis Mitzvah, right? So Mitzvah Meis Mitzvah, it should be Doichas HaShabbos, Mekabel Chema from Mekabel Chema. Uma Aveda Matach Aveda Sakabonis, which is more Chomor. How do we know it's more Chamer? Because Aveda is Shadei Shabbos. You're allowed to do the Aveda in the Beis Hamikdash. You're allowed to be Makav Kabbanis Tzibah on Shabbos, even though you're being Mechal Shabbos. So you see, Aveda is stronger than Shabbos. Kvuras Meis Mitzvah Doicha Isa. We know Kvuras Meis Mitzvah could be Doicha the Aveda. It overrides the Aveda, which is stronger than Shabbos. So for sure it should be Doicha Shabbos. From where do we learn it? We learn it out from Ula Achaisai. From La Achaisai. So Rashi brings down the whole Gemara there. It says Benegeya on a Nazir. It says in the pasuk after about somebody taking upon the Naziris, it says La'aviv u'la'imay la'achim la'achis la'yitam la'maisam. He says he's not allowed to be matam himself to his father, his mother, his brother, his sister. But it already says that the Gemara asks, but in the pasuk, in the pasuk of Avah already said, Kol yimei hazir la'Hashem, all the days that he's a Nazir to Hashem. Al nefesh beis la'yava. He's not allowed to touch a base. So why are you saying no, that you're not allowed? You already know you're not allowed because it says a nazir is not allowed to be matam himself to any mace. Why do you have to go and detail it over again? Says the Gemara says over there is to tell you that the Isa is only to his father for a mace mitzvah is allowed. Ula ima is come to add if the nazir is a kohen. He's not allowed to go be matam himself to his mother, but for a mace mitzvah he can. L'ochiv is coming to tell us even if he's a kohen, the nazir is a kohen gadol. He cannot be matam himself to his kohen. A mace mitzvah he could. And ulachayse we're going to learn now. Ulachayse teaches us kidatanya like we learned in the Braisa. It says in the Torah by nazir. What is lachayse coming to tell us? If the Kohen Gadol was walking while he was a Nazir, and he had to shech the carpet, lishtreid as pischei v'lamna as benay, he had a mitzvah to shech, and you can't shech the carpet while you're tummy. So he has either a choice to be mekayim the mes mitzvah and not be making the carpet pesach or be lamal as benay, or the faket. Maybe the carpet pesach overrides the mes mitzvah. So the Gemara was shamash meis, and he heard that one of his kohen died. Yochel Yatame, I would have thought he could be Matam himself because it's his Karev, which is a mitzvah, a marta, lo Yatama. So he said, no, he cannot be Matam himself because it says already, Al Nefesh Meis Lo Yaveh. It's mashma, he shouldn't be Matam himself even to crave him. And how much more so, a Kohen Gadol, he's forbidden to be Matam himself to crave him. And benoisiv to this, he has no mitzvah that he has to be Makayim while he's Torah. He has to, either the mitzvah come Pesach, or Milah, which he can only do while you're Torah. Yochel, I would have thought to say, Shem Sheini Matam Alachis Ekach Matam Alameis Mitzvah. I would have thought to say, just like he cannot be Matam himself to his craving, because you have a Kam Pesach, you have to be Torah. So too, you're not allowed to be Matam himself Alameis Mitzvah. That's why the pasuk says the extra word la'achisei.
You should.
Because even though by Naz it says you're not allowed to be matame to yourself to anyways. It's la'achisei hu deina matame. Only to his sister he's not allowed to be matame. Avol matame l'meis mitzvah. But he could be matame himself to meis mitzvah even though he's not going to be makiv the Korban Pesach. Or even though he won't be able to be mal his son because you have to be Torah.
Also for the Schwester?
From la'achisei. That's what we learn from la'achisei. Zok the Yimad. So since we found that Avodas HaKabonis is more chama than Issa Shabbos, right? Because Avodas HaKabonis we know overrides Shabbos. You can bring Mark of a Korban Tzibur on Shabbos, and we find Fudas Meitz Mitzvah it overrides Aveda, the Korban Pesach overrides the Korban Pesach. So if it overrides Korban Pesach Aveda, if Meitz Mitzvah overrides Korban Pesach, which is Aveda for sure. It overrides Shabbos because a carbon overrides Shabbos. Shabbos is the lightest. Aveda is stronger. And you said Meis Mitzvah could override Aveda. Aveda of Shabbos. So the Gemara Amalei Etzicha Techiach. I'll bring a raya. No, you have no raya. That because it's overrides Aveda, it's overrides Shabbos. No. Sharei Deiches Aveda. Somebody a claim was at Yahagit I mentioned. He killed the basis, and he's no shake it exactly like you said. At you know when I come as the way the Meister, the as he comes zum Rav, Yom Kippur, sagt hat sich genau weiß, was soll getan? So says I've just been mit Schachen. Says yeah, ich habe has. Lift daheim, gehabt in der Tier von Schachen. Ja, like the Makkes Retzer. And now he goes out, he feels good. Scheit the vibes af in the Fenster. Rabbi, weiß nicht, was für ein Mitzvah ich habe getan. So anyways, over here, yeah, exactly. That's what it. So it says because when a person, a kohen at Gehargit, a mention, and is a will come to Aveda, we say no, he can't do the Aveda. Okay. And nevertheless, but we don't kill him on Shabbos. So you see, he's a meis mitzvah. I mean, not that we don't kill him, we don't bury him Shabbos. Even though Kfurah say is the Avodas HaKabonis, but we're not deich the Shabbos. We don't do it on Shabbos.
What don't you do?
It says if he wants to do, you remove him from doing, you bring him to Bezdin to be done to be killed. Okay.
When did we have the whole din Torah on this guy? Guy killed
On Shabbos.
He killed somebody on Shabbos?
Before Shabbos he killed. But and he wants to do the Avodah. He can't do the Avodah.
And still they ain't doing it.
But nevertheless, Shabbos has nothing to do with Shabbos, with him doing the Avodah. We said that it overrides the Avodah, meaning he cannot do the Avodah if he killed. So you see, the Tzich doesn't override the Avodah. And it's, I'm sorry, the Avodah overrides the Retzeach. Here you see the Avodah overrides the Retzeach. And Shabbos, and it's not the Shabbos. So it shows also by Mes Mitzvah, even though the Kvura is Deich David Sakabanis, like here, the Retzicha overrides that he cannot do the Avodah. He's a Ratzchen, and they pull him off the Avodah. He can't do the Avodah. Just like by Meis Mitzvah, it stops you from doing the Avodah. But we said we don't kill him on Shabbos. This is a Kohen. So it's the same thing here. Ain't it Derech Shabbos? The Meis Mitzvah shouldn't be Derech Shabbos. Says Yimar Hetzicha Gufa Titches HaShabbos. We should say the Tzicha, we should kill him on Shabbos.
Where should we learn that from?
From the Kavachema. Ma, Avodah Madach, Avodah is more chamor. Right? Shadeiches HaShabbos. You can do Avodah on Shabbos. You're doing Malachas on Shabbos. Through doing Avodah on Shabbos, you're shechting, you're doing all kinds of different Avodas, which is Deiches HaShabbos. Ritzicha, Deicha Oisa, and we know Ritzicha could be Deicha da Avodah, because a Kohen who's a Ritzich cannot do the Avodah. We pull him off the Avodah. So if Ritzicha is Deicha da Avodah, for sure it should be Deiches HaShabbos. Shanam Meim Bizbech Deicha Lamas. Avodah is stronger. So Shanam Meim Tizbechi, Mizbechi, from the Mizbeach, Tichachanu Lamas, you should take him away. He shouldn't do Avodah to kill him. So Shabbos, Sheditchis Mepnei Avodah, Shabbos that gets overridden by Avodah. And I didn't shit. Yeah, meaning Avodah is more powerful than Shabbos. And the Ritzicha is more powerful than Avodah. So in a din shehi the Ritzicha Deiches Oisa. So the Ritzicha should push away Shabbos also. To override Shabbos if it could override Avodah.
We can hang him on Shabbos.
Absolutely. Kvar Poska Tana the way Rabbi Yishmael. Huh? So the Tana from the Beis Medrash of Rabbi Yishmael already established.
You don't kill him if it's a cloudy day?
No, that has nothing to do with a cloudy day. It's just by day. That we learn out from Shemesh has to be by day. So we learn out from this Baraisa that it's a mitzvah. Somebody who's chayim Mrs. Bezdin and it doesn't override the Shabbos. We already paskin that. We're not going to kill somebody on Shabbos. It's not going to override on Shabbos. The Tana of Rabbi Yishmael lo yisavaru eish. It says already. Kol malachas lo yisasu. So why does it separate the malacha of fire lo yisavaru eish? Ma talmud leima. Says the Gemara, you're asking such a shayla, a pashna shayla. We already answered that. Ma talmud leima. Iladas Rabbi Yossi lelav yotzas. According to Rabbi Yossi, you know why you separated. The trader said a separate Isur for the malach of Eish. Even though it says Kol Malach Lo Yisasu, it shows Eish should be included. To tell you by Eish, you're not going to be Chayv Misa. It's only a lav, Malchus. That's according to Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Nosson Lechalach Yotzes. Rabbi Nosson says, no, he's coming to tell you that the reason why we separated the malacha of fire from all the other malachas, to tell you, boom, I separated you now, to show you that the malacha of fire is separated from the rest of the malachas. All the malachas, even if you did it behelamachas in one shot, you're going to be chayiv for every one, every single one. The Tanya, like we learned in the Braisa, Havara lelav yotzes to Rabbi Yossi. Havara, the reason why he said Havara separate, to tell you that he's only going to be chayiv malchus. That's according to Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Nosson name of Lechalach yotzes. It says Kol Malachas Lo Yisasu.
If you smoke a cigarette on Shabbos,
It says
you only get
Shpeta
a
Shteit Al Malachas, and then it says Lo Yisavaru Eish B'Chol Mashvesicham. Separate. Why did you do that? It's included. So Rabbi Yossi says it's come to tell you, Eish is a different malacha. You're not Chayv Misa, you're only Chayv Malchus. Rabbi Nosson says no. He's come to tell you, just like I separated to tell you it's a separate Isa. So each one is a separate Isa. If you did it all but together, you're going to be Chayv for each one. So that's obvious. That's not what he's come to teach us about that. That it's about the tzicha that it shouldn't be deicha the Shabbos. What do we learn out? Tano meishavis kashalei. We had the chomesh v'seichem lo yitzvareish v'chomesh v'seichem. By the malachis, the words meishavis doesn't make sense. Why? Meishavis matamlei. What is it coming to tell us? Mechti Shabbos chayvus hagufi. Shabbos is the chayv of the guf. The guf tanish tan kemelacha. The guf is not allowed to do any work on Shabbos. So that wouldn't make a difference whether it's Eretz Yisrael or Chutz La'aretz. So why you have to say Moshe Yisrael Dafka in Eretz Yisrael? If you're talking about Shemitah and where it talks about Moshe Yisrael, Shemitah's karka is Dafka in Eretz Yisrael, not outside of Eretz Yisrael. It makes sense to say Moshe Yisrael. By the malachis of Shabbos, which is chayvus haguf, it's you. You're not allowed to do the malacha. Who cares where it is? You're not allowed to do it. So what is Moshe Yisrael coming to tell us? So Gemara, no, the chayvus haguf, the heck is being b'aretz, being Chutz La'aretz. My Shabbos, the Kasa Achmana Lomeli. What do I need my Shabbos by? A malacha of Shabbos, which is Chayv Sagov. So Gemara Mishum Rabbi Yishmael Amnu. In the name of Rabbi Yishmael, they said Talmud Echad. That Talmud Echad had said in the name of Rabbi Yishmael. Because it says V'chiyeh Be'ish Chet Mishpat Mavis V'Humas Shemei Ani. So I can learn out L'Chayra that you could be Mechayiv, you could kill the one who's Mechayiv Bezdin Bein bechol bein Shabbos. I would have thought so. V'hamar ni mekayim obe mechalaleho. It says somebody who does that, he's being mechalal the Shabbos. So he says, Mois Yumas. It says Mois Yumas. So he says, from here we learn out,
No, somebody's Mechal Shabbos is Mois Yumas.
it's not Mechalaleho. Shabbos, it shows the Shabbos is Mois Yumas. Yeah. When I say that it's mutter, no. First you say, Ma'ani Mekayim Mechalaleho. You could learn it two ways, but over here I think it's, here he wants to say Mechalaleho, you're being Mechal the Shabbos by killing. So he says, no, Mois Yumas. It says, Befedish Mois Yumas, you're allowed to do it on Shabbos. Okay, says, I would have said, Bishar Melachis. Oh, no, over here he's not learning it that way. It's a different place. Okay, Mechalaleho, you Mois Yumas. We're going to get back to it later. Mechalaleho, you Mois Yumas. It says Mechalaleho, like you said. It's somebody who was, he's being Mechal Shabbos. How could you say that he could kill somebody on Shabbos? It says, Befedish Nepasik, he's being Mechal Shabbos. And the Gemara Bishar Melachis, it's referring to other melachis. He's being Mechal Shabbos. Chutz me Mrs. Bezdin. Except, it's an exception. Mrs. Bezdin, you're allowed to do it. Could override Shabbos. He could override the melach of Shabbos. Or Mrs. Bezdin should be also. Maybe even Mrs. Bezdin should be also also. So what is Behumas coming to teach us? That dafke bechil of a loy Shabbos. Or the extra word Behumas, maybe it's coming to tell you dafke you can kill him only in the weekday, not on Shabbos. Or perhaps meaning the word Behumas is coming to tell you even on Shabbos. So in order to remove the suffix, we have a gzeda shava. The word by the malachas of Shabbos, it says moishvei seichem, which is extra. Ulahalan, and by the pasha of a punishment of a tzech that is chayv misa, also says the word moishvei seichem. Huayma v'haya eila lachem lechukas mishpat ledoyrei seichem b'chayil moishvei seichem. There it's referring to a tzeyach. And which is extra, is referring to the Melechas Shabbos. Just like the Shabbos that by the second pasuk, which is referring to a Tzeyach, where it's referring to a Bezdin that convicted the Tzeyach that he should be killed. Das Eichet, but nicht da. Da is a Gzera Shabbos. He says, Av, Shabbos, Hamakan, so to the Shabbos, which says by Hava'ara is talking about a Bezdin punishing a person through Sreifa. From the fear Mrs. Bezdin is Sreifa. I say Harik Chanek Skila Sreifa Harik Chanek, or whichever goes first. My hand is not working. So he says, Omer Achmana. That's what he's referring to. Somebody who's getting killed through Sreifa. Lo yisavaru eish b'chol mashvei seichem b'yom HaShabbos, to teach us that the Hav'ara is also even for killing of Misa, Bezdin, of Sreifa on Shabbos is forbidden. And that's why he needed the word Mashvei Seichem to tell you that it's going to be also b'Shabbos.
So he can't kill him.
You can't kill him. Abaya says, now that you concluded that you cannot kill somebody on Shabbos, so we should say, if you can't kill on Shabbos, which is the lighter one,
mean you can't kill somebody on Shabbos. Means that if
Mrs. Bezdin,
you can't
perform,
punish somebody on Shabbos.
Give the Misa of Sreifa on Shabbos, he cannot do. So if he cannot override the Shabbos, if he sure shouldn't be able to override the Aveda, because the Aveda is greater than Shabbos, is more chomo than Shabbos, because Aveda could override Shabbos. So if something cannot override even the Shabbos, cannot override the Aveda.
What about the Israeli soldiers? Are they allowed to kill on Shabbos?
That's what you're talking about. The Sakos Nefash is different. Saving lives. That's not even here. That's not here. So you want to Chema. Here we're talking about Bezdin convicted. No Sakos Nefash is where it's different.
It's killing here. He means executing.
Yeah. From a Kavachem, Ma Shabbos nitrim pnei Aveda, and Etzicha deiches the Etzicha cannot override the Shabbos. Aveda she deiches HaShabbos. Aveda, which is stronger than Shabbos, because it can override the Shabbos. Ein adin shaloi tehei Etzicha deiches that the Etzicha shouldn't override the Aveda. And we said it could override if he's a koiner Etzeach. We remove him from the Aveda. It says in the pasuk of Feidish that if he's a Etzeach, you remove him from the Avodah. So it's mashma. It does override the Avodah, the Itzicha. Says that's referring to that. Where could you remove the kain Etzeya? Only from only of a carbon yachid, where it's not as chamor. The loy dachi Shabbos, because a carbon yachid cannot override Shabbos. So then the same level, a carbon tzibur. If it was a carbon tzibur, you can't remove it, even if he's a Etzeya.
Even though he has to be executed.
Correct. In fact, Maybe
it's only b'di'evet.
no, he doesn't say that. Amar Rabba said, Achi, if you can adash in the Kavachema and conclude that a Kavan Sibur overrides Mrs. Bezdin, that he has to be Makab the Kavan. So he says, you shouldn't be able to even override a Kavan Yachid. Let's see why. We should say, the Tzitcha shouldn't even be able to override a Kavan Yachid. How? What's the Kavachema? Ma Yom Tov. Just like Yom Tov. Shenitcha mipnei Kavan Yachid. Yom Tov, you're allowed to be Makab a Kavan Yachid. And Shenitcha, Sheisuri Nitcha, the Isa of Yom Tov is overrided because of a Kavan Yachid. But this is passion for a Chanas Eichel. You need food for Shabbos, no? Zak the Yamada, is nevertheless Ein Nitzicha Doichaisa, but we say, but Nitzicha will not override the Yom Tov, just like it's not doesn't override the Shabbos. Kavan Yachid Shehu Doicha Es Yom Tov, Ein Edin Shaloi Tehei Nitzicha Doichaisa. A Kavan Yachid that could override the Yom Tov, right? A Kavan Yachid, we said, is it seems like it's more chamor than the Yom Tov, right? It could override the Yom Tov. And we say that Tzicha is the Harigas Eitzei Bebezdin is Deichaisa, right?
No, it says
I was saying that Tzicha cannot be Deichet, right?
You say that what?
Madach Yom Tov, that the Isur of Yom Tov is overridden by a Kavan Yachid, right? So for sure the Tzicha shouldn't be able to override a Kavan Yachid. Ain't it Tzicha Deicha? Kavan Yachid Shu Deicha Yom Tov, the Kavan Yachid that does override Yom Tov, and it didn't Shaloi Tehei the Tzicha Deicha. So the Tzicha for sure shouldn't be overriding a Kavan Yachid. A Kavan Yachid is stronger than the Avodah. I mean, that's the Avodah. It's stronger than Shabbos. On Yom Tov, I'm sorry, it's stronger than Yom Tov. It overrides the Yom Tov. The Tzicha, right? Which doesn't override the Shabbos, doesn't override the Yom Tov, so it shouldn't override the Kavan Yachid either, for sure not. Says this all makes sense according to Tana says that a neder or a nedava cannot be back. It can be sacrificed on Yom Tov. It cannot override the Yom Tov.
We can't learn this Kavachema then, right?
Then you can't learn this Kavachema. So it's perfect. That it does override the Yom Tov. What are you going to say? We have a good Kavachema. If a Kavan Yachid could override the Yom Tov, right, and the Tzicha cannot override the Yom Tov, for sure it shouldn't be able to override the Kavan Yachid. Says the Gemara, says, he says that it's for sure that according to the Mandam that says that you could sacrifice it on Yom Tov, it overrides the Yom Tov. He says according to that, he says even though you should be able to make the Kavachema that the Ritzicha shouldn't override a Kavan Yachid, right? But he says since it says in Mizbechi that the kohen who comes to do the avodah, we take him out to be killed, right? How does it fit with this pasuk? Obviously, the pasuk has come to teach us. The pasuk itself has come to teach us that we should not make the kavachema. But even according to the one that says Nadarim Unadavis, you cannot sacrifice on Yom Tiv, so you can't even make the Kavachema, right? So you could have been mechalik between Kav and Sibur to Kav Yachid. Very simple. Says the Gemara still Haksiv Me'im Mizbechi, and it doesn't say Mizbach, Mizbeach. It says Mizbechi. Mizbeach HaMiyuchadli. It's mashma that the pasuk is coming to tell you a Mizbeach that's Miyuchadli. What's Miyuchamai Ninu? What kind of a carbon is Miyuchid to the Mizbeach? Carbon Tamid. What's Miyuchadli to the Mizbeach? Which is the most famous carbon? That's the carbon Tamid. That's the ik of all the kabbanis. Which is a carbon sibur. So nevertheless, you take him away from there. So it's mashma that it itzicha is deicha, even if it's a carbon sibur. We'll stop away.